Well, once again going into the puzzle casual game section. I suspect we'll hit the motion control game sooner or later, but there it is, colored gems. Whoops, there it goes. Colored gems. So what kind of game do we have here? So it says our mission is 2 reds, 2 greens, 2 yellows, 2 blues. Got a weird sort of cursor going on here. Oh, we've got a bonus time that is ticking down, but at a very weird rate. It doesn't seem to be consistent. So what are we trying to do here? If we select one, we can move... Oh, we gotta hold the button down. Okay, so it's one of these styles of games. So we move it to the side. Okay, that's not so bad. I've played games like this before. Okay, so in this one, it looks like the green and the purple are up there. I don't think we're gonna have to do anything special for this one, so let's move the blue down and move it aside. We'll move the red down and move that aside. I kind of don't like that you've got the cursor moving around freely normally, but when you click on a block, it suddenly moves to block-based movement. And it doesn't follow the block after it falls either. So the controls here are a little weird, but they're not egregious. Okay, level 3 here. Do we gonna have to do anything special here? Maybe. It looks like definitely should do purple first. And then what should we do next? So I think what I should do is move this one to the side and get these. Okay, I see what's going on here. So we do have to do something special here. Uh-oh. I just noticed that I don't have a means to get the blues together. Unless there's some kind of control that I don't know about. Oh. If I hit the B button, it just immediately resets everything. Okay. So that gives us another shot here. So what I've got to do is I got to clear those two first. Then we'll move the green to the side, and we'll move down one of these purples. That lets us move the dark blue all the way across, so that we can get those matched up. And then we can move everything else without any issues. And there we go. Okay, and now we've got new mechanics. We've got like a magnet up here. Is that gonna like... Okay, that didn't seem to do what I thought it would. Oh, but now we gotta... Do we have to, like, click it? No. Do we put a block on top? Okay, then. Wait, I just noticed something. It says off properly, but if there's a block on it, it says no. But it should say on. It's flipped. What? Or no, wait. Is it even flipped? Because look at the highlight on it. It's highlighted so that it's this corner here, which is the lit corner. And when we put this on, this is still the lit corner. Someone just rotated the on by 180 degrees in the middle. Oh, wait, what? Oh. It looks like that bonus timer is also a time limit. Oh, and if you run out of bonus timer, you lose the game. This is going to be annoying. Okay, I made it back to level 4 here, and there's something I should point out. I'm just going to do a few things here, just to show things progressing. And then I'm going to hit the reset button, and take a look at the bonus timer. It goes back to 300. So this is kind of like with assault rigs, which I covered on Ancient DOS games, where if you manage to reset the state of the level before you run out of time, then it doesn't matter because it resets the timer too. So it's like you got to keep an eye on the bonus timer, and if you're about to lose, you better reset. Okay, what kind of weirdness do we have with mechanics now? We got like this strange thing. It's gonna like block some kind of laser or something? But then how do we deal with this rock that's in the way? Like, do we move... Oh, that disintegrated the rock, but now I can't move that thing? Can I move the rocket? I cannot move the rocket. Okay, so it seems like maybe what I have to do is move this over and then quickly move it back to the side. Like, that seemed to work. Had to be a little creative about that, but I think now I can get this gem down here, and yeah. That was kind of janky, but I mean, it worked. Okay, so this level here has got a triple that we need to make. Otherwise, we would be in a very bad state. And then the rest of this looks incredibly straightforward. So far this seems to be going okay. We got another triple on this level here. Ooh, it's the yellow. So that poses an interesting challenge, or actually no, it's not that interesting a challenge because I just immediately saw how to do it. Okay, and now it's just get the colors in the right order. Okay, level 8. Things are getting a little more interesting here. Only pairs on this level, so I don't have to do anything too crazy. But it looks like I do have to be careful with the order that I do things in. So I think this blue should be first, and then purple should be next. Then get the green out of the way, get the yellow down, get the blue down, and get the lime green down. Okay, that was actually pretty easy. Okay, what kind of weirdness do we have now? We got like arrow blocks? Okay, so basically you can't move the piece. Okay, that's very weird. So I think what's going on is that the arrows are like teleporters and one-ways. So if they're facing left and right, you can only go through them in one direction. If they're facing down, it teleports? Okay. I mean, if that's the logic they want to go with. Okay, so this level is going to be interesting, because I can see that everything over here cannot get out into this main area here. So I have to make sure that I kind of like build a bridge, but at the same time that the bridge isn't totally incapable of getting pieces over. Oh, wait a minute, I see what to do. Okay, let's reset so I get my time back. I've actually got to get the blue out into the main area, because that one I can get out here. And then I think what I want to do is move the blue like that. And then how do I get the rest of this here? Okay, this has been a very tricky level, but I think I've got it now. So we actually bring all of that like that, and then we move the yellow over, bring the green down like that, and then the moment I move this, yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, I think I see what to do finally. This was a really tricky level. So we get all of that down there first, move the lime green over, move the purple over, move the blue over, like that, move the yellow over, and move the dark green over. That was a tricky level. Okay, well, it goes beyond level 10, but I think I've had enough of this one now. Once again, this is another puzzle game that it plays fine for the most part. I don't like that the cursor, especially with this D-pad, I don't like that the cursor, it doesn't lock to the tile spaces normally unless you're clicking on a block, and then it locks to tile spaces. And then there's also the fact that you can't save your progress, and that if you run out of time, it's game over, but if you just push the reset, you start over again. Like, I mean, that seems to be the fundamental problem I'm noticing with this device, is you've got these puzzle games which take a long time to play, but there's no saving. So that's kind of a problem. Well, this is the first one chosen, which is in the motion sport game category, so let's see what we got here. Children horse. Not on this page. And not on this page. So there we go. Children horse. No idea, but let's find out. Actually, it's called Wisdom Horse. Okay, so we already got a name discrepancy there. Press start to play.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, so we got a 3D animated horse. Okay, so far it looks like... Wait, is this just... This is just the... What game was it? This is just the go-karting one that we already saw, like, last episode. Also, I'm noticing the music in the background has some lyrics to it, which is kind of weird. And they're English lyrics. That's actually even more surprising for something like this. Now, the one thing I find interesting is that this was in the motion sport category, but I'm actually holding the controller in the quote-unquote motion sport orientation. Like, it's basically like the Wii remote, you have to hold it vertical instead of horizontal. And I'm just pushing left and right, or what's left and right now, and it's working fine? Like, what's the motion? Like, what if I shake? Oh, there is a jump! And it makes a Homer Simpson... It makes a Homer Simpson woohoo when you jump. Can we jump over things? Oh, and that actually gets us points, too. So this doesn't look like it has levels to it. Looks like this is just a high-scoring game. But yeah, it seems like the idea is just get as many points as you can and jump over the barriers for even more points. And if you run into the barrier, that's not good. So yeah, it looks like you can't jump if you're holding a direction. So you have to make sure to let go of your directional controls when you decide you want to jump. And then the jump is just, not wiggle, because I'm wiggling right now and nothing's happening. It needs to be like a forceful sort of, just sort of like swinging the remote forward to a degree, like that. Oh, and you can still pick up the items even when you're in mid-jump. Okay, it looks like I'm about to cross 10,000 points. It doesn't seem to have done anything special. So... Also, but I am noticing that there's no more clocks on the track. Not that I think it mattered, because I don't think the clocks were actually giving me extra time. Because that was something someone pointed out with the happy baby karting, is that the clocks weren't actually giving extra time. Well, no, that's interesting. It's actually got a top 8 here. We got 11,500, and that's apparently the best score. So I'm going to assume that if we were to continue playing, it would still have that score. But let's actually go back to the main menu here, and then go back in, and see if it remembers that score. Although, how do we actually... I don't think there's a way to see the score... Oh no, that just cancels back out. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to see the score ahead of time. I think you have to, like, finish the game and then you get a score going. So this time around, I'm not gonna seriously try to, like, get tons of points or anything, because I want to see... investigate a few things with these mechanics here. So there's a clock coming up. We're at 2:35. Okay, that actually gave us time that time. So it looks like the clocks don't work in Happy Baby Karting, but they do work here. That's very curious. Okay, and the other thing I want to check out here is, what if we run off this... Whoa. It won't actually let you leave the course. So what's the danger of even, like... Yeah, if you can't leave the course, then... Yeah, it's like we're doing a turn like this. Like, how normal does this look? And you know, the other thing I've noticed too is that you do accelerate automatically, so maybe you actually did accelerate automatically in Happy Baby Karting as well, and I just didn't pick up on that for whatever reason. Because it seemed like it was a really slow start until I started holding the button down, but then I kind of never let go of the button. But here, because of the orientation of holding the controller in, I can't push the face buttons. So, and I just tried. If I push the face buttons down, like, nothing changes. Like, you don't even have brakes or anything. I mean, here's the thing. Even though we're technically seeing a repeating game, sort of, except this one actually has, like, that motion of being able to jump over the barriers, the thing is, I would take a game like this over some of the other slop that I've seen on some of these types of consoles before. Just by nature of the fact that there's nothing really offensive going on here. Like, the controls are very straightforward, they work. The motion controls, like, I mean, it's just a swing forward hard and you jump. But it works every time. So it's like, okay, moment of truth. We had a score of 11,500. Let's see if it's still in the high score table. It is not. So if you quit the game, your high scores disappear. Which, given how easy it is to quit the game, that's kinda stupid. Okay, that's very weird. I started a second playthrough and now it's completely different music in the background. But once again, it's like children's music with lyrics going, so that's very weird. Anyways, that was Children Horse, also known as Wisdom Horse. It's just the same game as Happy Baby Karting, and that game wasn't terrible, so like, I mean, this isn't terrible either, but again, it's incredibly basic. Oh, that was the first time the motion control didn't work. Okay, so that makes it slightly worse.